Morning, y'all. This is Brawley with the Brawley Insurance Breakdown. Today, what we're going to talk about are things that are not covered on your homeowner's insurance. So in Texas, there's a lot of misconceptions about what should and shouldn't be covered or what is or isn't covered. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to walk through some of the biggest coverage gaps that people have. Most people don't find out this gap is there until they have a claim. And that's the worst time to find out you have a gap in your insurance coverage, especially when it comes to homeowners insurance. Gap number one is flood insurance. Most people assume that flooding is covered on homeowners insurance. In fact, it's not. When Hurricane Harvey came through back in 2017, about 60% of floods happened in a flood zone X, which means flood insurance was not required. Most of these people assume they had flooding coverage when in fact they don't. Flooding is the rising of water on naturally dry land on two or more properties or 2 or more acres that originates outside the home. Gap number two, if something breaks immediately, that's what insurance is for. It's not for homeowners maintenance. If your home just deteriorates over time and your roof is now 30 years old, or your siding has just chipped away at paint and now it needs to get replaced also, homeowners insurance is not for upkeep and homeowners maintenance. That is 100% on the homeowner, and that is a part of being a property owner. Gap number three are water coverages. Whether you have a slow leak, a fast leak, sewage backs up into your house, or there's a leak under the foundation of your home, these are all extremely optional coverages in the state of Texas. You can either have all 4 of them and have almost all of them up to how much you insure your home, or you can have none of them, which means you're extremely exposed. The largest losses that I have on my book of business are all water claims. I've been very fortunate not to have total losses that I know of. So water claims are the biggest thing that you can be left exposed and vulnerable to. Most people don't know that they don't have coverage for those until it's too late at time of claim. Gap number 4, high value items. If you have nice jewelry, rings, watches, high-end guns, coins, doubloons, cash on hand, unless you are specifically listing those items on your insurance policies, or you have a personal articles floater, which means it's scheduled on a different policy, you could be limited to $0 or maybe even $1,500 for those items, even though they could be valued at $100,000 because they're not on a standard homeowners insurance policy. Gap number 5, business being ran on your home. If you have personal property or liability because you run a business out of your home and people come to your property, or you create an item and sell it from your property, chances are you're not properly covered by your homeowner's insurance. There are huge exposures when it comes to this. So if you run a business from your home and you have people that come onto your property, or you create an item that you sell from your property, you need to have a conversation with your insurance agent. This has become a lot bigger thing since COVID, so more carriers are okay with the idea of it as long as we have the right endorsements on there. But if you run a business from your home or work from home and sell items from your home, you need to give your insurance agent a call to make sure you're up to date. The biggest mistake people make with homeowners insurance is assuming that they're properly covered and assuming they're properly insured. You want to make sure you have a conversation with your insurance agent or a new agent to make sure you have the right coverages, the right endorsements, the right options basically for your situation. If you just get a quick quote online, 10 out of 10 times you're going to be undercovered, underinsured, and overexposed. Make sure you talk to an insurance advisor, not just some insurance bot online. If it's been a few years since you've talked to an insurance agent about your coverages or about your endorsements or about your home or even your auto insurance, give us a call. If you like this information and you thought it was helpful, share it with a friend. Brawley Insurance Breakdown. We're here to help make sure you are properly educated and properly insured on your home and auto insurance in Texas and Oklahoma. Have a good day.